Today we want to talk about the Rebuilding Trust Pyramid and the second layer, which is safety. It's in our book, Rebuilding Trust, either the regular version or the Christian version, or you can get the Rebuilding Trust course.
So if you remember, the first layer of the Rebuilding Trust Pyramid is honesty, and you really need to keep the honesty in place if you have hope of building the second layer, which is safety. And what we mean by safety is that your partner, when you betrayed them, every time we talk to partners, they describe a lack of safety in the relationship. It's because the predictability of the relationship is gone and they don't feel safe. This lack of safety will produce certain responses in your partner that you may have already noticed. So they may cry a lot, they may get angry a lot, they may yell, they may withdraw from you, these kind of things. Because the lack of safety in a relationship is producing what we call a fight or flight response, or a sympathetic nervous system response. And that is where the brain tells the person that there's danger. In this case, the danger might be you. And so they're going to react strongly to you because they feel that you're dangerous, that you're not safe. And so if you want to rebuild trust in your relationship, you have to provide a foundation of safety for your partner. And that starts with honesty, but then it also goes into working your recovery plan.
A lot of times the guys get really super frustrated because they say, my wife keeps telling me that I'm not safe. So what if you didn't do a sexually destructive behavior in your relationship, but you're intimacy avoidant? You're still the trigger, and you're still come across as being unsafe because you've created so much pain in the relationship by withholding your love and withholding yourself that you're still the trigger, and you still need to lean in, you still need to do what we're suggesting so you can create safety and rebuild trust.
If you remember about the Rebuilding Trust Pyramid, the first layer was honesty, and you need to keep that in place if you're going to build safety, because honesty is a part of building safety. And it works that way with any layer of the pyramid. If you take out a layer, the entire thing crumbles. So you want to make sure that you're being honest in all that you do in order to create some safety. But there are also other ways that you can create safety as well. One of those is strict adherence to your recovery plan when it comes to your sobriety. We like to use the analogy that betrayal in the form of infidelity, porn addiction, sexual addiction, that type of behavior is like a nuclear bomb that you drop on your relationship, where behaviors like defending, explaining, other IA type behaviors are more like battery acid. And so one of the ways that you can make your partner feel completely unsafe is if you're not paying attention to your sobriety. Another big piece of creating safety is to become a better listener. And by that I mean to be an active listener and an empathetic listener. So an exercise like the speaker listener technique or the empathy exercise, which we have videos on, will help with that.
So one of the things that you can do to really help your partner is just ask her the question, what can I do today to make you feel more safe?
Because a lot of times safety has to do with a particular person. We build in safety elements to our programs, but when we work with couples, partners are varied in their responses about what makes them feel safe. And it's usually particular to your relationship and what's been making them feel unsafe.
So let's talk about how that works. So there is this thing that we talk about called the pain closet. It's like your partner has this giant closet full of pain that you've created, but also pain that they just have. And so when our partner's in pain, it's like they take something out, they take a jar of pain out of the pain closet and they come and they say, care about this, please. And if you can use the empathy exercise, you can use the speaker listener, whatever you need to do to hear and validate her pain, then you're helping her to feel more safe.
Otherwise, you're forcing her to take that pain that she just brought to you and stuff it back into the closet. And a lot of times she's stuffing a couple extra things back in there with it because now she thinks that you didn't care or that you are just defending yourself, this kind of thing. So she has to stuff it in there. And most of the time when partners come to us, they're just bursting in pain. And so creating safety and getting good at being an empathetic listener is key to creating safety.
Because it's time to help our partners to feel safe. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below.
Or head over to becomingwellinstitute.com to learn more about trauma, addiction, intimacy avoidance, and other related topics, take a free assessment, or set up a consult with one of our trained professionals.
Let us help you keep your journey towards becoming well going.